Hi, and thank you for being here for part two of Judge Eldon Fox. So, the other video cut off, and this is part two. And what I'm explaining is that I was actually sitting in the home of Judge Fox with his wife, a former prosecutor, and explaining everything to her honestly and openly so that she knew everything. And I told her, the reason I'm here is that I know he's retired. He's not on the bench anymore. So that's why I felt like it was okay for me to come over and maybe ask for help or advice or something that might turn this around for me because of the legal things that are going on in the case. And, I know he's not home. So maybe you can pass the message to him. I don't know what else to say. And she was like, yeah, I don't know what to say either. And so I told her, well, look, I don't want to um, take any more of your time. And I started to stand up and she said, oh, no, it's okay. And I kept saying, listen, I apologize. You didn't have to invite me in. You didn't have to let me in. So I really, really thank you for that. And I just want to let you know that I will never come back here again. I will never contact you. I want you to know that. If you can just pass on the message to him, and I'll leave it at that, and I would be thankful for anything that could help me in a positive way. So she said, well, I will give him the message, and but if he does call you, I want you to know that it's going to be from a blocked number. And I said, that's absolutely fine. And then she moved in to hug me, and sometimes when you don't want to hug somebody, you don't want them to hug you, but they move in so quickly that you don't have time to say, So she moved in and she hugged me. She's all, I'm so sorry for what's happening to you and everything. But this is like a big surprise. And I said, listen, I apologize. You didn't have to let me in, you did. And I feel like that's so nice of you, but I just don't want to take any more of your time. And so, she was walking me to the door and I was leaving. I was outside, and then she's all, hold on, wait a minute. Well, let's take a picture together. And then and there I knew what this was about. I said, and I made the excuse, well, no, no, not the way I look, and everything. She said, no, you're so pretty. And I said, no. Okay, I'm going to leave now. And I proceeded to walk to and get in my car and leave. And I left it at that. I took it for, he's not going to call me, it is what it is. I tried my best, and that's all I could do, and at least I felt okay knowing that I tried my best to get myself some help in this case. It was that afternoon when I got a call from a blocked number, and I answered it because I thought that it was him, like she told me it would be, but she had lied. Okay. So I get a call, and it's a male voice on the phone. It says, hello, Tressa, do you know who I am? Well, it didn't sound like Judge Fox, and I kind of knew where it was going, and I was like, no, I don't. So he told me, he said, I'm a sheriff, and Janet contacted me and she wanted me to call you. I said, okay, that's fine. He said, well, I just want to tell you not to ever go there again. And I said, oh, I already told her several times. I'm sure she's explained everything to you, so and I told her several times, I don't know if she explained that to you, that I would never, ever go there again. And, I don't see what's wrong, though. I mean, I asked for help. I asked her to pass a message. She said she would. She was very welcoming at the time and everything. He said, because you don't go to a judge's home. And I said, that's absolutely true, but he's not a judge anymore. He hasn't been for quite a long time. He's retired. I looked it up. I made sure I did my research. She said, you still don't go to a judge's home. And I was like, okay, but you're calling him a judge. And he said, well, technically he still is, even though he's not. I said, okay, well, no problem, because I would, on my own, I would never go there again, even without being told. But I want to reassure you, I want to reassure you, and I want you to reassure them that I will never go there again. Um, you have my number, keep it, you know. I cannot stress enough times how I will never go there again, but not because you're telling me, even though you are telling me that's important, but I decided not to go there on my own, and I will never contact them. I don't have their contact information, phone number, and so forth. But even if I did, I would never contact them in any way. So I just want to set your mind at ease that will never happen again. He said, that's fine, just make sure you don't. I said, I will absolutely make sure, no problem. Just know that, and I'm sure you'll pass it on to them. I just don't know why she was the way she was at the time, and then she felt it necessary to call you when she even knew that I would not go there again. But I understand the concern, and now that I know that he's still considered, I guess, a judge, I won't go there again. you know um, Regardless, I wouldn't go there again. I believe that if somebody doesn't want to help you, whoever it is, whatever level that person is on, you shouldn't ask them again. That's it. So that's what happened with that, with the time that I went to the home of a judge. And in that case, yes, the sentence was illegally rescinded. I was put back into custody, um, booked again, put into custody, given yet another bail illegally. That I was out all of that money on an ankle monitor while fighting the case. And in my humble opinion, and in that of many other people, San Fernando court, the system there has been and is one of the most corrupt courts. My experiences with Judge Walgren speak for themselves, and the defense attorneys in those courts and the prosecutors in those courts. Another thing to consider is that if you've ever gone through a similar circumstance, know somebody who has a friend or a family member or any other acquaintance, um, be careful and vet attorneys that you hire for any case, for any circumstance, because attorneys do sell you out. There are some attorneys who've picked up the practice of taking your money to supposedly defend you, but if they have a good relationship with the court, that can be an upside, but it can also be a downside for you as a defendant or anybody else that you know who's involved in a case. Because what they do sometimes is they go into that court, they use their connections to sell you out if you have a relatively petty case for their bigger cases, where they work it out with the prosecutor, where I will get my client to plead, I will convince my client to plead out in this case so you can have a conviction, but in return, you help me with one of my bigger cases. Defendants are bought and sold every day by immoral, unethical defense attorneys, the paid ones, who don't have allegiance to anybody. It's part of a personality disorder and overall corruption in some courts with the people involved. And that's something to keep in mind, because it can affect you or someone you know in a huge way in the long run. Thank you so much for being here. And I also want to let you know that when I do get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a very major giveaway to celebrate. I'll be giving away the gifts. And please, if you like what you've seen, hit subscribe. Feel free to post questions, comments, suggestions, anything positive. and go over and see me on my TikTok. And thank you so much. And I will see you again soon. Bye.